Thanks. Toyota's president will be facing angry U.S. lawmakers today. Akio Toyoda will be in Washington. At first, he said he wasn't going to be, but now he is, facing questions from the House Government Oversight Committee. He plans to accept full responsibility for the car maker's slow response to safety problems. Yesterday, the U.S. Chief Jim Lentz testified with a somber and apologetic attitude, which was well received by most. So Joe Krier, president of Krier Wealth Management, is here to discuss the issues, talking about why this has become not just a safety issue, but a political issue as well. Good morning to you.
Morning, Stacy.
Okay, so let's talk about what happened yesterday. Do you feel like Toyota ate crow, so to speak, because they had to, or because they saw what happened to GM and Ford when they were in the hot seat over a year ago?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, really, they have to manage public expectations here, and regardless of what the numbers are on the recall, they've got to have consumers feeling good about buying Toyota cars, and they have to have consumers feeling like when they file a complaint, they're listened to. And at the bottom of this, it really gets down to a customer service issue. People did call and complain, and Toyota didn't necessarily act on it right away.
Let's talk about some of the things that Toyota did initially when people were reporting sudden acceleration problems. One, they tried to adjust the floor mat. They made a recall for those floor mats last year.
Sure, and now also on the gas pedal itself, you know, kind of a mechanical arm. And, you know, the key to this is that financially speaking, it's a lot easier to fix a mechanical issue than it is a computer programming issue.
And you know this, Joe, because you used to work for General Motors. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, so you've got this inside track on this. Let's not forget, though, people have died as a result of the sudden acceleration problem.
Certainly. In the accident a few weeks ago where one family lost 4 family members in a wreck, that's kind of what broke this open and brought things to the forefront. With the electronics, let's face it, cars are rolling computers these days, and you know they've already recalled somewhere massive number of cars. You know, this is going to set them back and hurt their earnings for 4 or 5 years. They've got to figure it out in a hurry. And you know, if you're out there and you're driving a Toyota, the numbers are very small as far as the number of cars affected here. And the thing to do is to contact your dealer directly if you have a question on that.
Okay, so let's talk about the politics that are playing a role in this. There were some lobbyists on behalf of Toyota dealers who were up there saying, hey, you are picking on us, and the reason you're picking on us is because the government owns a stake now in all these U.S. automakers.
Yeah, it's a giant mess, you know, and in some situations a recall would never get in front of Congress in the first place, but it's politically correct to get up there and slam a company that might be hurting your voters. So, you know, there's representatives from Michigan that are doing a lot of the grilling here, and in an interesting twist, or theatrics you might say, the Michigan congressman showed up in American-made automobiles, and some of the congressmen from states that have Toyota plants in them all carpooled in a Quest minivan, and you know, got up there, and they
remember the lessons from the past, don't
absolutely they? You know, the federal government, you and I own about 60% of General Motors right now, so Toyota is saying, hey, if you hurt us in front of the public, you're actually helping yourself, and you know, they're just looking at this from so many different angles.
From a historical perspective now, how long does it take a company that's been bashed by so much bad press, rightfully or wrongfully, get back on its feet?
Yeah, it depends on how they handle it, you know, and denial is not the way to handle it. And yesterday, John Lentz, I believe is his name, is the head of Toyota in the U.S. He had a somber attitude, and he was very apologetic, and you know, he told a story about his brother actually being lost in a car accident, and that kind of thing goes an awful long way. So clearly they've learned from some of, you know, the U.S. automakers' mistakes in the past, and they seem to be handling this aggressively at this point, and they'll get through it rather quickly.
Now, for investors out there, Toyota now a good time to jump in, or wait and see?
Yeah, you know, it's a tough call. I can't make an investment recommendation on camera at any point, but Toyota has benefited from GM, Chrysler, and Ford's troubles in the U.S., you know, and they've held up quite well. Perhaps that's why they took so long to react to this stuff. In the grand scheme of things, Volkswagen and Toyota are the 2 largest automakers in the world, and you know, they've got an edge here. Just big is better in the auto industry.
This may be an opening for our companies being the U.S. automakers to step ahead.
It's
Let's not
certainly
forget,
an
of course,
opportunity.
Toyota employs people here in the U.S. too.
Yes.
Thanks, Joe. Joe
Thanks,
Krier,
Stacey.
president of Krier Wealth Management.